In this video, I'm going to share with you 4 things that can help you step into the whole new you, creating the reinvention of yourself using this full moon energy in Taurus as you become the beaver, just like this beaver moon, and enhance your productivity for your future. Let's go! Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Harmony. I'm a twin flame expert helping twin flames around the globe face fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Welcome to my weekly glow show. And if you're new to my channel, please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when my weekly glow show goes live. Today I'm coming to you a bit early because I want to share with you 4 things that you can use this full moon and Taurus energy for to your benefit and to create and maximize your potential of elevation during this beautiful, beautiful, sensual, juicy full moon energy. So this full moon is called the beaver moon. And the way I see that is productivity, construction, preparing for the future, and that is what we've been doing. And this moon is taking and becoming the beaver of our life now and setting it up for the future of how we want it. So this particular energy when Taurus brings into form, it's coming in alignment to anchor and embody all of your higher wisdom, all of your higher self, but integrating that for you to be able to reinvent a new you. So this full moon is all about the reinvention of the new you. So I want to share with you, as I said, 4 things that can help you be able to make the changes you need to do to step in the whole new you in preparation as you go forward into 2020 in advance. So I'm going to just jump right into these 4 things. It's stable, it's strong, it's senses, and it's sensuality. And we're going to break this down. We're going to start with getting stable. Use this energy and this Taurus energy to embody all of you and all of your truth and be able to really be able to step into going forward with your gifts, with your journey, being open to receive the abundance, and make a conscious choice to say yes to your journey. What is really important right now is because so many people are in different parts of the spectrum of stepping into the truth, becoming stable within who they are. Because as you know, we've been on an emotional roller coaster ride, and it's time to step off the ride, step out of the loop, and step into what you believe. Because you've been programmed now with enough of the new ways, the new energy, the new higher self version of yourself. But there's still this underlying component of, do I trust this process? Do I trust myself? Do I trust the journey? Do I trust my spiritual gifts? So you need to be embracing those pieces of you, embracing those things, but pulling them now into finding some balance in your habits and in the reprogramming of who you are and your new ways to handle things, your new ways to do things. So I want to share with you a couple of things you can do to find this stabilization, to find this balance within yourself. And so I'm going to suggest that you do what I call cross-pattern actions. So when it comes to your mind and your thoughts and the way you've been thinking before, think about this as thinking out in the opposite way as you have. And I don't care if that means good or bad, because this is about expanding all of you, owning all of you, stepping into all of your truth. And in the expansion of that, it consists of the shadow and the light, the good and the bad, the beautiful and the ugly. So if you've been this very positive person and you haven't allowed, and you're trying to cut off the shadow side of you, allow that side to come through and embrace that part of you, because it's going to expand you and elevate you to a whole new level. Same thing if you have been, say, in a rut and you've been stuck and you've not been moving forward with your thoughts, and you're still having to go through different clearing of karma and debris, and you've been in a negative state for a very long time. Make a conscious choice to choose the cross pattern of action, and make it a conscious choice to start and decide and to say yes to the new way to think, the new way to handle what you've been doing. Now, as we embody this into our physical body, I would invite you to do the same thing with your body. To be able to, for instance, I'm going to give you an example of myself. I have been getting back into a regimen on a routine of exercise and fitness. And this is a little bit of staying strong, which is our next one. But I'm going to use the habit side of it as an example. And so, you know, I had been fighting and being a rebel on opening that side of myself, because I was afraid that it would take me back to the place of my OCD and causing all of that. And I don't know, just so you know, like, there's this light that just keeps flashing over here on me. So, like, I don't even know if it's going to show up in the video, but it's, like, interesting because, like, I got to tell you, that's my left side. That's my feminine side. And something about it just keeps sparking me and, like, activating me as we're doing this, which may be, you know, an example of this contrast. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Contrast, right? The duality of the shadow and the light that I'm talking about. And this light just keeps going into this contrast of shadow and light really quickly. And as I say that, it's about the activation. It's about activating us in this expansion. But what I was going to say about the energy pattern of my habits, of being in one direction, of having been a very structured person, regimen, disciplined, and then over time I learned that I was too structured and that I needed to come into flow. And then my whole life had been built around planning, from my birthing process all the way back to tracing. That's one of the ways that my life fell into place in my birthing process, was that it was perfectly planned out. And that was set the pace of my entire life, being perfectly planned out. And if you've not got plugged into my Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds program, the online course, check out the links. I'll still have them below, because this is going to be also a very powerful thing to help you make some of this. I will actually have cross pattern actions more detailed there in that program, and exercises and examples in that you can do as that unfolds. And also in that, then for me, coming in this balance of, you know, we choose our karma to learn it from one direction, and then we have to learn the opposite side of that karma. So I had learned to be perfect in certain ways, to be structured. I had to learn how to go with the flow then on the opposite end of that. So in the stabilization and getting balanced that I'm talking about, it takes cross-pattern actions, the opposite of what you've been doing, to pull the pendulum into the harmony. So one more time, if you've been doing something that's one way and you have cut off the other side of that, open that side up to do the very opposite of that, which will bring you into harmony and balance, and creating those cross-pattern actions for your thoughts, your body, with people, with your twin flame, how you've been handling your journey thus far of, say, being, pulling out the toxicity within you, pulling out the toxic relationships, the codependency. Make a conscious choice in this new energy to take back your power, to own your own truth, and to start to step into that truth from a place of believing and trusting in yourself, your gifts, your guides, your guidance, and your journey. And this is going to help you become much more stable. And then we're going to go forward now into staying strong. And when I say stay strong, we need to do that from a place of emotionally fit and physically fit, and a place that we're staying empowered. And, you know, this is where I was saying earlier about my habits, you know, changing some of the habits that I've had in order to be able to become more emotionally fit. I'm a Leo, and Leos need that strength in order to feel strong as a person, in order to have that inner empowerment and confidence within us that will, as you go forward in your actions to stay empowered, that means you need to stay in alignment and find that balance we're talking about to make every action align you within peace and power in the given moment. That decision can change to an hour from now, today later, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. But give yourself permission to be in the energy of what you need to be in peace and power in every step of the way. And that means, you know, if you have a situation where your, say your twin has, I'm just going to tune into the energy of this. If you have a situation where you've given away your power, or you haven't expressed your truth, or you haven't found your voice yet, and you haven't been able to say with your twin flame, step out of that wheel of the codependency and giving all your power to your twin flame, you need to basically sometimes make a choice that today I'm not necessarily say, this is where people get confused, and this is where I was going with this. They get confused on thinking it's all or nothing. So let's just say with your twin, and you're trying to stay empowered, and you're trying to allow the actions that you take with your twin flame to keep you in peace and power, that can change from one day to the next. And a lot of times people step into a place of all or nothing, and that they feel like that if my twin's not going to commit now, then it's over. I'm closing the door. I'm shutting down on this twin flame journey, and it's like I'm not going to look back. But you cannot, like, from a place of being in flow and flexibility, and to know that this journey is an unfolding process of you and everything around you based on your harmony inside to the outside. So what stays best is if you can be able to not allow that person to rob you of your peace and power at every given moment, but that you leave the door open to everything and stay attached to nothing in that process. Because then you might be closing down an opportunity, or you might be the one holding it up because you're putting expectations and conditions. So your actions need to always be based on the intent, the energy behind the intention you set based on your action. So if any action you take, if that carries the energy of an expectation or a condition placed on your twin or anyone, then basically how you're delivering that's going to bring back to you the things that are really opposite of what you're trying to accomplish, because you set it up from a place of having that expectation. But if you can have no expectation, and you can realize this is all about unconditional love, and you can find the innocence in all the actions of everyone, and to only connect to the highest good for all means connecting to the highest good for yourself. And then make those actions from that place that's going to keep you in peace and power in every moment, and it will move you towards the right direction. So now the third one is your senses. Now is the time to activate your senses. So try new things. You know, I spent my 40th birthday several years ago now, and I said that particular year I was going to make everything about that year become like anything that came across my path. For instance, I didn't think I ever liked sushi. And I remember around my 40th birthday, I went out with some friends and they wanted to go to sushi, and they all ordered sushi. And in the past, I would have never tried that. Well, to this day, I now eat sushi and I never liked it before. So you may have not liked something before, but let go of the judgment of it, the stigma of it. And that's a simple like example, but that could be about anything. And that could be about things that have been very big things in your life, because our greatest resistance to something will always be our greatest breakthrough. So in that, I challenge you to let go of your resistance and to be open to new things, because as you're moving in this reinvention of the new you, you're going to have in this staying strong new thoughts, feelings, emotions. You're going to have your emotional like range expanding. You're going to have your senses being like taste even being different. Your like taste isn't literally physical taste in foods, as well as, you know, the things around you, the clothes you wear, the way you wear hair, you know, the home you might live in, or even the region or the location. So this is the time to activate those senses through an ability to be open and willing to allow new things in and try new things in the physical, because this is a physical energy in this full moon in Taurus. And so it's about anchoring the energy. So do the things now that's bringing it into reality, not just from a spiritual 5D energy. You already did that. So in your physical reality, now where we cleared, corrected, and balanced and like worked on the chakras or our personal self or energy or clearing karma or our space and our life and our missions, let's take the same thought and concept to clear and correct and open the space within our reality, within our physical body, within our emotions, within our space around us. You know, I've been in this new moon or full moon energy. I have been cleaning out closets, cleaning out drawers. And I got to tell you, I've been saying for a long time that I'm moving. And if you followed me very long, even for a year or two now, really maybe 2 years now, I've been saying, I don't know when I'm moving, but I know I'm moving. And then I just knew it would unfold and flow. Now, what I'm gathering is it's our choice in everything. So it's no longer about, well, I'm just going to sit around and wait for the sign and I'm going to let guidance direct me. Guidance is up there saying, what do you want to do? And when do you want to do it? Because you get to choose. So like that hit me about this move when I was really cleaning everything out this last week. And I've been saying, I actually discovered a few months ago that the move is going to be to LA. And then I was like, I don't know when that's happening. And I don't know, you know, what's going to come behind that or anything else, but I've been seeing it for a long time. And I decided this last week that that's my choice. What am I waiting for? Like, I know it won't happen overnight. I know I have things to take care of in my physical reality, but it doesn't mean I can't start planning for it. You know, I had a local twin flame friend of mine that planned this out and moved to Phoenix or Scottsdale in Arizona just the beginning of this year. And in a few months' time, she was doing the same thing as me, as she knew. And she finally set the date. And as it unfolded, the doors just of everything flew open because she made the choice and she made the decision and she started taking action. So if we're not making the choices, we're not taking action towards it, we're keeping the door closed on this new beginning, this new reinvention of us and everything around us. So it's time to open the door. It's time to take back your power. It's time to stay stable and strong in that, so that in activating of these senses and your chakras, you can be able to embody and embrace this new life that you're creating here from your new reinvention of yourself. But the new life is only going to come in, like seeing that is coming into, you know, next year by you reinventing yourself in this timeline. So work on your chakras right now, but do it from a place of definitely activating, but activate it from activating your senses this time. So get in, what I mean by that, use in chakra activations, not just the energy balancing, and you may have done some of this before, but as a reminder, use some crystals to help activate them. You know, for instance, I've been seeing with the root chakra, the black obsidian is really good right now to absorb any of the remaining debris or the karma. to shift into the sacral chakra for citrine, abundance, blessings, and topaz for the empowerment of our solar plexus. And the heart chakra, I've been seeing moss agate, balance of the heart, And if you didn't see my 1111 video, I'll make sure there's a link or card up here and also at the end of this for my 1111 video, because that also links to some things about balancing your heart that I would recommend to do. That's this energy's also coming in for the stabilization to get stable, stay strong, activate your senses so you can embrace and embody the heart-centered Christ consciousness of who you are. And, in your throat chakra, be doing things that's going to clear that chakra and to be able to find your voice so you can express this truth. Do it with intention behind all of this. This is going to activate your sensory system. Use essential oils, and something's just coming through to me, the geranium and bergamot, for the geranium for the heart, and the bergamot, I don't know, it's just, maybe it's for somebody out there. If that's you out there, let me know, because it just dropped in. But frankincense for the third eye, to really open that. So, really activate your senses through taste, smell, touch, conscious connection, but to ourselves, so that we can move into the fourth one of the sexuality. In order to embrace your sexuality, we're going to be able to tap into our sensuality so that we can experience intimacy and connection and pleasure, and allow ourselves to go with the flow, to bring in those feminine qualities that I keep talking about, to be able to connect to all the comforts and the convenience of ease and grace and our goddess power. And that takes a lot of healing, especially when it comes to sexual healing. So I have a program that will be coming and for sexual healing, and I'll let you know when that's available, but I've been working on that in the background too. So there are 5 things in this sensuality and embracing your sexuality that I want to share with you to help enhance all of these things that I'm talking about that you can do during this full moon. This is why I was getting it to you early. So make sure to create a fantasy list of changes that you want to see happen. So for me, my fantasy would be dreaming about something with no limitations, and with taking back all my power, in a sense that if there were no limitations, or if I had the power to do anything I wanted, what would I do? Think about that. To make this fantasy list of changes, then ponder those thoughts, feelings, ideas, and come up with your top 3. So the second thing of this is focus on 3 things you wish to change. And that could be from a standpoint of clearing something, correcting something, or it could be creating the space for the new. And as I say that, I think those 3 should be one of each. What can you let go of to clear? What can you then be able to connect to and correct that keeps you in balance with something to stay that stable and strong, that's not pulling you one way or the other? What is it that you then can create space for? In that created space, what is it you want to attain? What is it you want to collect? What is it you want to open the space for, to bring into your life, to keep you in balance and harmony within all of these things? And the third thing is, you need to know your why. Not what is it I'm going to do, but why do I want to do it? And then design the plan that I'm talking about. For instance, me move into LA. And then the 5th one is take action. So you're making a fantasy list. You're focusing on the 3 things that you could either clear, be able to balance and stay stable just to correct the situation, or creating space for the new. And out of one of each of those, find those 3 things that you wish to make changes in and direct your energy into those. Number 3, list your why you want to do those things. Number 4, design the plan for those things. And number 5, you've got to take action. Now, I want to give you one more example of mine. I have a client that has a retreat that we're kind of working on, in another country, and it's really built around a lot of her personal work and my personal work, but it's sort of coming together in a way that could create a beautiful experience in this connection between the integration of upcoming retreat, a goddess type retreat, also links around the healing of the sacred sexuality that's bringing in this sensual, intimate connection and pleasure. So we can get back to that from a place of like having an orgasmic life, which is what heaven on earth is all about. And we're bringing this into form, and we're becoming these beavers and this beaver moon that we can make this stuff happen in this action. But in that process, I made the statement, okay, it was the old pattern. You know, I said, okay, let's put that out there. Let's see what comes to us. And then her response back was, we get to choose. We get to decide what we want. And that's my words exactly. So in that mirror reflection, I'm like, you're right. So let's just within ourselves see how that sets. Let's connect with that and see there's an example of creating a new habit. And that even what it is, I know the new habit. I use it every day. But it doesn't say we don't fall back into the old patterns of feelings and thought. Of, you know, even I've heard this from many people that sometimes now at this stage saying, I'm just going to put it out there and see what the universe says. Well, the universe is saying, what do you want right now? So by doing that is giving power away to the universe when we're to be the ones to know what it is we need to do, what we want. So as we reinvent this new ourselves, the new you, then it's going to upgrade you, elevate you, expand you, and align you with the new life, the new earth, the new beginning. So, wow, some awesome power. So I'm going to get this posted for you. Again, this came early and it kind of just squeaked in a line to get this out here for you, but it's going to be very powerful. Please let me know how you use some of these things and how they're impacting you. So make sure to comment below. Again, check out my Reprogram Your Childhood Wounds program. The feedback I'm getting on it is just outstanding. And I got to tell you, it's one of the most powerful programs that I have done. And it's coming together much better than my conscious mind could have even connected to. So like, comment, share the shine. May you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Namaste.